Hey guys, this is Naveen here. Welcome back to Naveen Automation Labs and back to our Playwright TypeScript series. In this video, we are going to talk about what do you mean by browser context. It's an amazing feature that you can use it with Playwright. So I'll tell you that what do you mean by browser context. Browser context is an instance of the browser, you can say, or you can say it's a separate incognito browser window, which can maintain its own session, its own cookies, storage, and everything. And there are various other things also we can do with the browser context, like authentication and different session of the application we can maintain separately with the browser context. So I'll show you one example also that how to use browser and browser context, and then how to launch one application with two different users, or maybe uh, two applications with two different browser context. So very interesting topic. This is like really good for scenarios like chat application. If you really want to interact, one user interacting with this user and interacting with each other from one browser to another browser of the same browser with the two multiple sessions or with two sessions here. So let's see how to do this. But before that, let me just show you one, what do you mean by browser context, one basic idea. So let's example, this is my browser, which is, let's see, any browser. It could be Chrome also or anything. So let's see, this is my browser, maybe Chrome. It could be Firefox also. It could be WebKit also, or it could be a Chromium browser also. Now, what exactly I'm going to do it here, that I'm going to create from this browser, I'm going to create one context here. See, I'm going to create one context. So this is context number one. And let's see one more context that I have created here like this. So from the single browser, I have created two different browser contexts, right? So we will see that which method practically when we write the code. But let's see, I'm saying this is my browser context that I have created, number one. And this is my browser context number two. Okay, so let's write browser context number two. Now, both the contexts are having what? Both the contexts are having its own different specific session. Let's see, it's a session for this browser context. And then I'll open one, let's see, a page here. And on that particular page, I'll open an application URL. Let's see, the application is some open cart application, some e-commerce application URL. And then my username password also will be different. For example, let's see, this username is Naveen here, a normal customer, Naveen and Naveen. My password is Naveen123. And then from the admin side also, admin also wants to log in. So admin can log in the browser context number. So this is browser context number two, having its own session here. The same page URL, whatever the open cart application or e-commerce application is there. So let's see, I'll open one application, and then the username will be admin, and let's see, admin123 or whatever the username password here. So sometime what happens that we will open one context, log in with admin and admin123, and then I'll do some settings internally or maybe some configurations internally. And then I don't need to log out from the browser context number one. And then I can use this browser context number two. And then just to make sure that whatever the settings are done by this admin user getting reflected here for this user or not. In the normal browser, what exactly we do? In Selenium, typically what we do for some other tool with a single browser. So let's see if this is a browser and then user one has logged in here. So let's see, I'm saying admin has logged in, and then admin is making some changes here. So some changes. Then I have to log out after that. And then after log out, I have to enter the second user. Let's see, the user is Naveen, and then check the changes are reflected here or not. And let's see, again, I want to log in with the admin. Then again, I have to log out from here, and then admin will log in once again. And then admin will make the changes, again log out, and then Naveen will log in. So log out, log in, we have to do if we are using a single browser here. But here, we are from the single browser, we are creating two browser contexts from multiple browser contexts. And then every context is having its own session. Let's see, session for context one, session for context number two, and then they totally independent. You can say they both are running in the incognito mode. So let's see, this is my, again, incognito. And this is also one incognito mode, which is running it over here. So they will not disturb each other. They will not take anything from each other. And there are multiple things we can say. It's having its own cache. It's having its own cookies, having its own storage and everything. Same thing for the context number 2 also, having its own caching, cookies, storage, and authentication, and different other properties here. Same thing you can do with the Firefox and the WebKit also, we can do it here. So if tomorrow I want to create more context, I can easily create it. See, if I really want to create one more context, I can create it here. Let's see context number 3. And then this context is actually getting created from where? This context also getting created from here. So let's see practically how to do this. But before that, see, I'll show you one thing here. Let's see, this is the normal browser. This is my OpenCart application. And this is a username, see, pwtestopencart.com. Now I'm going to log in here. It means session got created. I'll check my account information. And you see that this is pwtestopencart.com. And then I'll do one thing. I'll open a new window once again, a fresh window, a new tab also you can open it. Let's see, new window. And then let's say I want to log in with another user. Let's see, this is the admin user and this is the Naveen user. So I'll write once again opencart.com. But see, the session will be maintained from the same browser, the previous browser. You can check it here that I go to my account information here. So let's see, I'll go to once again my account. And then I click on edit your contact or account information. And here you can see same user name here as well. So this is the problem we see when I open another browser. I have to log out from here, then only I can log in. Or I have to log out from here, then only I can log in with some other user here. But when you do with the browser context in Playwright, you don't need to log out and log in. See, I'll show you practically how to do this. So this is the Visual Studio code that I'm already having it, some basic code that I have already written here. So earlier, what we were doing in the last session also, we have seen that this is how we launched the browser. And from the single browser, see, this is a single browser that I have launched. You can open a specific page. So when you have only one user or only one session you want to maintain, you can just create simple browser.new page and then continue with your code here, username, password, enter the URL and everything. But today, what exactly I'm going to do that I'm going to delete this line. And from this particular browser, I'm going to create a new context here. Okay. So see, there is one method, the browser.newContext method. I can use it. New context method is also giving me a promise with the browser context. So if it is giving me a promise, so I have to write, first of all, await here. And then we have to create one variable that is, let's see, a browser. I'll say context. I'll say, let's see, _1. Okay, although it's slightly ugly name, but let's see, just for a reference, I'm using it, which is equal to this. And this browser context, if I really want to give a type, that we can give it here, that let's see, browser context, we can give it here. And this browser context will be imported here. Right, so one browser context that I have created, variable name is this from this particular browser, just like we did it in this particular diagram also here. Right, now from this context, I'll open a fresh page. Right, so I'll do one thing, I'll just open my Visual Studio Code once again. And by using this context 1, see this, I'm opening a fresh page, a new page here. And then I'm giving a nice name. Once again, this is await that I have to write it here. And then I'm going to write, let's see, a constant variable. Let's see, I'm writing, this is my page 1, which is equal to this. And page 1 is again the type of page here. And then I'm going to use this particular page 1. See, this is my browser 1. And then page 1.locator, enter the URL, interact with the username, password, and then, yeah. And then I'm creating, let's see, variable also, let's see, email ID 1, password 1, login button 1. Okay, we are not designing any framework here, guys. This is just for our understanding that how exactly we can use two multiple browser context here. So let's see, with the browser 1, I have done this kind of work here, right? Now I'll do one thing, exactly same thing I'll do with the second browser also here. So I'll do one thing for the browser number 2. What should I do? So for browser number 2, I'll create from the same browser, I can create another context. So see, I'll do one thing. I just copy this. I'll say that this is my browser context 1 properties. And now I'll write, this is my browser number 2, context number 2 here. Okay, so let's see browser context number 2 here. Okay, I'm just writing as a comment so that you will understand better. Then I'm writing again, please create from the same browser. Remember, you have to use the same browser, just like here, to create another context. So see, I'm creating one more context here. That is, let's see, underscore number 2. And then from underscore number 2, create a new page and store it in a new variable here like this. And now I have two contexts, context 1 and context 2. Every context is having its own page, page 1 and page 2. Then I'll do one thing with the page 2 also, I'll write the exactly same script. So I don't want to waste my time. I just copy paste and then I simply say that, okay, fine. Now with the page 2 also, open the same application and create two different locators once again. Let's see, email ID and the password and the locator number 2, or sorry, login button number 2. And let's see, number 2, I'm writing it here, and login button dot click here. And but in this different browser, use a different username password, right? So with the browser 1, it will enter this username. Let's see, assume that, okay, this is the admin user. And the second username that I'm already having it, let me check if I can share it. Just simple write logout, login once again, and let me just create a new register user here. Okay, so let's say I'm creating test Naveen, and then test is this, and then I'm quickly creating, let's see, user playwright @pw.com. Assume that, okay, this is a username, the email ID of that particular username, and then some numbers that I'm giving it here as a phone number. And the password I'm writing test@123, and then test@123, and continue here, right? And then the user has created here. Perfect. You can see user got created. Now I'm going to use the same username password in my Visual Studio Code with the browser number 2. So remove this line and user pw@pw.com, and the password that I have given test@123. Perfect. So with the first browser, I have written different username password. And for the browser number 2, I have written a different username password. And see, in between, I'm not doing any logout with the page 1, right? And here also, I'm not doing any logout. After that, we will see how to close the context and everything. Now I'm going to run this program. Okay, so let's quickly run it and let's see. It should open two browsers. It means two browser contexts it should open. See, context number 1 and context number 2 in two different browsers. And you can see here, are we doing any mistake here? It's not able to log in. Let's see. Am I page 1? And see, that is a mistake that we have done, right? We have to write page 2 also here. Let me just quickly fix it. Page 2, because now page 2, because we have created this page 2, right? Okay. Now let's quickly run it again. So I'm going to run it again. Okay. See, browser number 1 and browser number 2, and just observe the username password. Here pw test and here user pw, and you can check here also, and you can check here as well. So this is the admin one, pwtest@opencard.com, and here you can see user pw@pw.com, right? So two different browser, two different username passwords are there, right? Okay, let me show you once again. Let me run it once again. So let's just quickly run it again and see once again here. And just try to observe the username password. Here pw test and here see user pw. And click on edit your account information. See user pw@pw.com and edit your account information so that we can check what is the username password here. I mean username here, pw test here. So two different browser context and then having individual respective session, individual respective username. This is admin, or let's see, you can just say this is user. So these kind of scenarios we can easily check with the Playwright without any problem here. This is just timeout after browser context, so that's fine. Just ignore that error. Right. So once your work is done, after that, what you have to do, you have to close the respective browser context. So see, I'm closing _1. Please close it. And then after that, I have to close this particular browser also, that browser context number 2 also we have to close it. Okay. And then these two contexts got created from where? These two contexts got created from the single browser. Then I can just simple write it browser dot close here as well. Perfect. And this is the simple line that I have written. It will prevent your script from exiting. So that's why you must have seen that my browser is not getting closed immediately. It's taking some time and then the browser is getting closed. So let me just comment it out. I just want to close the browser immediately. And just first you have to close the context and then you have to close the parent browser or whatever the parent of the context, you have to close it. See, once it is done, both are closed and then the test is absolutely working fine. Although, I mean, this is not exactly a test. This is just like a normal script just to understand the concept of the context. That is what we are using it here, right? So these kind of things, you can use it like browser context. You can use it whenever you are testing any, let's see, chat application, right? This username one and username two users are chatting on, let's see, on yahoo.com or Yahoo or maybe any other chat application, let's see on the Slack application or something like this. So I'll open one session here, one session here. This guy is saying hi and this guy is saying hello. Then in that case, with the same browser, two browser context, user one, user two, they are talking to each other. So chat-based application also, we can easily do that, right? Sometimes same application with two different users, we can log in. So every browser contact is having its own session and everything. So these kind of scenarios, we can easily handle it. We don't need to log in, log out unnecessary, right? So this is how we can easily do that. And see, I'll show you one quick thing that when you, let me uncomment this line. I don't want to close it. Let me just, these three comments. And see, when I run this program once again, you notice one thing that these are incognito browsers. Okay, so by default, incognito mode, it will open with the browser context. Remember this thing. That's why both are having its own session. Both are having its own, cache, cookies, storage, and everything. They will not interact with each other. They will not impact each other. They will not share the session also with each other because of incognito mode here. Okay. So I hope this is clear how exactly we can create the context, what is the main purpose, what is the use case. If you have only one single user, no need to create the context. If you have multiple users, then you can create the context here like this. But there are other use cases also we will see in upcoming chapters with respect to browser context. So thank you so much. Share this video with others. If someone is trying with the or trying to learn with Playwright with TypeScript. That's all for this video. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and God bless you all, guys.